some of the settings around. Hopefully we're now streaming properly. You will hopefully notice a big improvement. Let's find out. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm checking my phone to make sure that what I'm telling you is accurate and that this isn't just falling apart at the seams again. So it would be annoying if that were to happen, wouldn't it? I'm getting notifications that I'm on Twitch, which is good, but I'm not getting notifications that I'm on YouTube, which is bad. This is kind of annoying. Let's see. Is there a way for me to see if there's a way to make it connect to YouTube that does not appear to be, which is very irritating. Fuck's sake. Why is YouTube like this? You know what, we'll go to the Twitch dashboard anyway, and we'll keep an eye on this. Guess we'll stream you Twitch. That's no good, that's no help, that's no help. Kind of expected an email telling me that I was live on Twitch, but didn't get it. So anyway, fuck all of this. I'll upload this to YouTube anyway afterwards. But for now, we are live. And we're having fun on Twitch. I've streamed on Twitch before. I've had almost everything except Nier Automata. I generally stream on Twitch. It was just that I was always doing Nier Automata on YouTube, so I kind of wanted to keep that up. But I mean, YouTube isn't nearly as popular or as good a streaming service as Twitch is, so I guess this is fine. And like I said, I'm going to upload it to YouTube anyway once we're done. What I ideally wanted to do was, Streamlabs apparently has a new feature in the latest update where you can multi-stream, so you stream to multiple different platforms. I wanted to do Twitch and YouTube together, but it doesn't seem like that's working for me. If anybody knows how, let me know. But, as I say, never mind. We're live, we're in Nier Automata, we're feeling good, we're feeling happy. So what quests did we have last time? You will also notice... Okay, we've got Heritage of the Past, Old Relics in the Sand. We've got the photographs. We've got another random quest. Oh no, that's not a random quest, that's the racing one, right? That I was annoyed with having to do last time. And I'm still kind of annoyed at having to do now. I can't get the pictures till the sand is gone, so I'm going to leave that one for now. Anyway, I've got the coloured one over in the village, and then oh no, that's the one there. So what's this mission? Could be a better map. It's the village reference. Go to the mission, you dick. Oh, that's the main story mission, that way, yeah. Well, you know what, let's go do that. I'm not going to try and fanny about, for want of a better word, with all the side quests as much this time. I'm just going to get on with the game, just have some game going on. Because most of the quests that I can do, I already did as 2B. It's just the odd ones, the new ones that I'm going to do as 9s, and then we can do the others later. Because reasons. But, all in all, I'm happy with this working. As you'll notice, my microphone is now functioning as a microphone should. You can hear me when I speak, and it doesn't destroy your eardrums. Which is two things that could not be said for the last stream. Apologies to anyone unfortunate enough to have visited it. But technical issues appear to not be giving us issues the way they used to be. Those things called quite the ruckus, don't you think? We need to talk course, I'll help whoever I can. What about his pacifism? Why did you choose to fight? Not to fight? Been alive for hundreds of years. We lost countless friends time and time again, but losing friends isn't what scares me. What scares me is the fact that I've grown used to seeing those I care about die all around me. That's why I decided I had enough. Okay. Still asking to be, even though you're clearly talking to me this way. Do you know anything about the aliens? The aliens? You mean the ones who created us? I'm sorry, not much I can tell you. Been fighting for centuries without a single message from them. Guess you could say the fact they never give us orders anymore is also a reason why we quit fighting. Yeah. They clearly don't care enough. What about the other machines?
Aside from this village, are there any other machines that are cut off in the network?
I suppose that unless the songstress you so kindly defeated in the amusement park wasn't part of the network.
You mean that singing thing?
Of course, there's the Forest Kingdom, but
Forest Kingdom?
yes, it's a vast woodland area not far from here. There's a group of machines that are attempting to build a fiction of sorts.
So, yeah, just checking the audio on the stream, sorry if anybody cares.
Can't so much as go near the place.
Where is it?
East of the city room.
And that is beautiful. You can hear it and everything.
Facility. However, be careful. Things have been rather
You can hear the sounds leaving my mouth as I say them.
Sounds like something we should
Anyway,
check out.
Forest Kingdom. You heard all this last time. Well, you probably didn't, but you read it last time. Go on to that Forest Kingdom. Ignore the shouting in the background. It's just a domestic argument. Just domestic disputes going on in my house. As there usually is. They're sold out. Can we upgrade? And we can upgrade a lot of shit, actually. Beast Bane. Let's go with that. Phoenix Sword. Why not? Machine Axe, of course. That'll do for now. We'll get some more from Killing Robot. Like I said, aim is to upgrade every weapon to max. Not going to happen, but it'd be good if it did. Wouldn't it? Because, as I mentioned in one of the other streams, but in case you've forgotten, because it's been months or you weren't there, every weapon has a story associated with it. It has a little history, a little myth, a little something that you only get fully if you upgrade the weapon fully. So we're going to try and get as many of those as we can. Obviously, you haven't read them because I haven't done them yet. But once I start getting a couple more to max, I will go through and start reading the story. I'm just going to turn that TV down. Apologies, as is probably going to become quite a regular thing now that my setup is complete with 2 televisions in the room. I'm going to be watching some Premier League football as we stream. Tonight features Manchester City, my beloved Blue Moon of Manchester City, versus Sheffield United, which should be, all going well, a massacre, a gang rape, if you will, of Sheffield. But hasn't been going that way for us recently, so if I get quite annoyed during the stream, you can probably know. In fact, you know what, I'll give you regular updates if it's not going my way. How do you get to the Forest Kingdom? You go through the city, through the abandoned building, don't you? The abandoned building over the bridge, that's right. Oh. Hey, Kishi. A sea-loving android wasn't fast enough at a land stuck in the past. What a nice story. You'll also notice I have a nice border around me, which I created also along with the fixing the mic issues. I spent an entire Sunday trying to fix all of our technical issues, and I believe I have done it. So I hope you all appreciate the effort that I go through for your sake. Meanwhile, 80s throwback Jess was swanning about in a beach resort whilst I was working here for you guys. You know who's putting in the effort here. Nines is still using the fist, isn't he? I said I wanted to use different weapons, but I never really did. So I'm just going to quickly change them up. Let's see what we get. Other than the combat... have I got any better combat braces? I've got... No, I haven't. They're the same ones. Spears? Machine spear, kind of shitty. Got some more. used swords a lot. Should I just go Virtuous Treaty again? You know, we'll use the Phoenix Sword now that we've upgraded it.
Say, 2B,
Look at him.
What?
Looks cool.
when do you think you'll be willing to call me Nines?
9S works just fine.
Well, yeah.
9s is quicker.
This job can be pretty rough sometimes, huh?
We don't get to choose our assignments. And you should work on keeping your opinions in check. You aren't allowed to be emotional, remember?
I think some of us are better at that than others.
Clearly. Good old 2B. Good old 9S. Although Yokotaro hates you. With the speed we've got now, we've upgraded ourselves. I'm also going to stop where possible, purely relying on the hacking, which I have been doing. But it's how you're supposed to play as 9S, so I don't know how to feel about it. Because on the one hand, it's probably about as quick, if not quicker, to get through the fights. It's probably about as entertaining for you guys, because it's fundamentally the same thing. But I don't know, I don't want to rely on it too heavily, because it does get repetitive. Oh! Didn't know that was there. Alright. Ah! That is cheating, isn't it, that they attack you that quick? Department store flyer. That's... Oh, I must have known that was there, because I got that last time. Obviously not last stream, last time I played this.
This must be the commercial structure Pascal was talking about. The records say it was once a facility known as a shopping center.
You know, you realise when you hear things like that, how many of the names we give to buildings or to events are really just describing it. If you speak English, you can work out the name of this place. Or at least of this type of place. Got that last time. Excellent. I'm pretty sure there is a box here as well that only 9s can open, but I think I got it last time. Or at least near there it is. I didn't get it last time. Aha! I was ready for you this time. Full recovery. Worthless. Not worthless, but I never use health items, so it may as well have been nothing. Oh, isn't this where we meet the best friend?
No getting through here.
Maybe there's some kind of mechanism we could engage?
Maybe.
If we were human, we probably would have gone shopping and such here, right?
Probably.
More meaningless conjecture.
You're so serious, 2B. You know that?
Alert. Multiple machine life forms detected above our position.
What? An ambush.
Who the heck is the Forest King?
You're getting distracted.
I'm getting distracted. Ah. Did it.
Well, what do you expect? I'm a scanner. Combat was never meant to be my forte.
See what I mean? Like this... It's entertaining, both to watch and to play, but... There's only someone I can do that it'll be continuously be fun for you guys to watch. If it ever was.
Check this guy. He's just running away.
Where's my thing? There. Got him.
It's going to explode!
You know, I saw the most infuriatingly stupid tweet about this game the other day. I'm sure people saw it as well. Someone going, it was that bad gamer text, bad gaming text. Like, this and Bioshock Infinite are basically crappy games that try to be deep without ever actually doing it.
What's up?
And that people who like them only like them because of the porn of the main girl in it.
Wait, what? No. Good idea.
Which is unfair even to Bioshock Infinite, which is by far the worst of the main Borderlands trilogy, but it's still a perfectly enjoyable game in its own right. Yeah, Elizabeth Hot. We all get it. It's always to be, indeed. And there are times when Bioshock Infinite tries to be deeper than it actually is. I'll give them that. But this game never does. This game hits it on the nose almost every single time.
Forest is just ahead.
And actually, I don't think that Bioshock Infinite was trying to be that deep. I think it was just trying to go for a kind of multiple realities type of thing, rather than the law that they stuck with in the others. It's one of the more annoying things about it, but in of itself, again, it's not bad. There are plot holes in Bioshock Infinite. My point wasn't here to defend Bioshock Infinite. It's to say that this doesn't have any of the problems that Bioshock Infinite has at all. And Bioshock Infinite really, like I say, it has problems, but there is a lot more to it than just the porn you'll find of Elizabeth. Is there anything worth selling here? I don't. Oh wait, yeah, the Ancient Mask and the Machine Core. I'll get rid of them. The machines that we use. Okay. Let's get going. I've got too many copper ore. I'm going to get to that point with a lot of the materials. Can I hack you enough to not just destroy you? I was looking at the trophies for this game, which obviously I maxed out on my main account. But on this account I haven't got any, so I thought I'm going to try and do some of the little challenge things because they're going to be fun. One of which is to kill so many enemies by hacking them and using, well, there's like kill 50 by making them explode, kill 50 by taking control of them, and 50 by the other thing that they can do, which I can't remember that one. But because when you're in combat all you can do is explode them, obviously I got the combat one really easily, and the others just kind of I had to consciously do after the fact. So this time, you know what, we'll try and do it. This sword's pretty good, it stands. What's happening? My screen's gone. Oh no, it was intended. So cut. 256 years ago, very specific. Kind of. How do you explain these concepts to robots? And thus was the creation of the Forest Kingdom. I love those things. There aren't enough genuine philosophical questions in video games, especially not big money video games.
These machines.
They were talking about a king, right? I saw what looked to be a castle further in. Maybe we should take a look.
I'm probably also going to repeat a lot of the commentary that I did in the last stream, because last time you probably couldn't hear it, so very few people will have heard any of it, but we'll go through it. Basically, that was a very good example of a rhetorical device that I love, but can only really be done in sequels, or in fact not even sequels, just kind of remakes or alternate histories. I'm being attacked apparently. Way over there. Oh, it's the waterfall is what was happening. Yeah, it can only happen in remakes or retellings of the original story. Fate Stay Night and Limited Blade Works does it very well. It tends to be anime that do it, actually. Where you tell the original story that's fine, you know, it's interesting, it's kooky, usually. It's self-contained, it's forms a nice little circle. Begins where it ends, tells a single story, begins, middle, end. But not particularly deep or that interesting overall. Because it just focuses on the main characters and on their main story. But then, when you do a reimagining, or a retelling, or an alternate version, the way that Unlimited Blade Works is, the way that this playing as Nines is, you can then, because you don't have to do as much of the focus on the main characters and their responses and emotions, because you know what they did, you can then focus on all the other little side bits that weren't given any kind of time, because you didn't have the time to give them. Is it going to give me it? Come on. It's the waterfall. Where's the spot I have to stand to get it? Yeah, you can focus on all the little side stories. Like, we knew nothing of the Forest King other than that he was a robot who formed his kingdom in the forest. And now we're getting actual like cutscenes, we're getting flashbacks, we're getting background story. That now adds so much weight to it. And because
This place looks
there it is.
Oh right. It's from that woman's photograph. I'll be sure to
Because it's still the same story, you still get the same feeling as the first time. You're still thinking what Nines was thinking and what 2B was doing. But now it feels like a story it feels like a book's level of detail. Can I do it? I mean, I can obviously do the hack, but can I do anything other than... Yes, I can. Subjugate. Can I do it with another one? Cool. So try to... Subjugate. Can I do more and more at once? Yes, but only kind of. I'm going to do as much damage to these as I can and try and get the subjugated ones to kill the rest.
What is with these guys?
Don't listen to what they're saying, 2B.
Because the first time we were under the same delusion that they were under. And we had to be maintained that for the story to make sense and to work. Where now we're seeing there's a lot more to these robots. Which we knew there was more to anyway, because they've made it quite clear. But they're not just machines that don't think, they're actually... They have societies and thoughts and history. And as a result, they're a lot more interesting characters. Give me the big one. Thank you. That's what she said. 2B, no. Yeah. Let my minions do it. Pristine, capable, achieved, obtained. Yeah, so the story suddenly now, even though it's the same story, told in the same order, in the same places, it has so much more weight to it. So much more depth, so much more breadth and range of story.
Supposed to reach that castle.
Oh look, it's a box. Meteorites. Not that valuable now we can buy them, but... My god, is that report going off injured again? If he gets injured in the first game back, I swear Sheffield will burn. All of it. Am I under attack? Not just yet. Subjugate. Armies. We build them. Oh, this is the hard one. I'm bad at this one. So I need to destroy them all quickly. And then... Yeah. That's why it's hard. Picking stuff up. Subjugated ones. Kill them. Go for the weak ones, you idiot. No. My son. Well, we got a machine core out of it. Deadly heal +1. Pretty decent. Not useful, but decent. Is this? Yeah, it's the way it is. It's a moose. So yeah, the bridge is down here. Is that open? Yep. It's a bit of damage, but that's fine. We move on. Come on, City, win. And come on, 2B.
So those machines had a king? But how can a concept like loyalty be understood by a machine?
And of course, the overall, the overarching theme of this is Nines is having this constant discussion about how can the machines think and understand these things, when he is himself in many ways a machine. They're an android, but an android is just an artificial human, no different to a robot. King died. Keep slinking down. I'm very conscious that I'm doing it, that's why I keep looking back at my phone. They don't grow though. Like what? But I mean, yeah, like the robots wouldn't understand that. It's kind of a weird sensation. Be seeing them doing something wrong, but knowing there's no good telling them otherwise because I can't, physically can't understand. Teleported me up the stairs. Forest King is over here. Yes, that's right. I was going to pick that up, but never mind. Birds. It's such an interesting game. Still waiting on news of the sequel / remake of the prequel. God, I took way too much damage there. Why did I do that? No, I need to do it. I'm an idiot. Balls. What a bad hit I just took. No. God, LP tax is real, isn't it? Where is he? Shit. Why do I suck? Oh, actually, oh no. I was going to say it did do a lot of damage to him. No. What hit me? No. No. Why am I shit all of a sudden? I mean, I could just kill him with normal weapons. It's quite easy, but it's more my speed at the moment. How easy that is. Why didn't I do that before? And there he goes. 1000 XP. And a striped screw. Give her a striped screw. The busted nut one was quite funny. Cracked nut or whatever it is.
Scotty!
Alright. One second, guys. I'm about to go eat, so I'll be back in a sec. Be right back. Now we're back. Forgot about that. So, Nier Automata. Off to the Forest Kingdom we go. Sorry.
Yep, this looks like a king's castle, alright.
Sure does. Don't remember where the boxes are, so we're going to have a little explore. Got my copper ore, all that I need. I seem to remember thinking there was something down there and falling to my death. If anyone's interested, Manchester City is still 0-0 with Sheffield. That's not where I was, I just hadn't eaten yet. So I went to get some food, which I've now had. So I'm fully reinvigorated. There's one. I knew there was one around here. Yes, I did. Rotten info sheet. Now, let's have a look at that, shall we? I haven't been looking at them. I realise it's probably a thing that most people want to see. All the world information. We've got the filthy lottery ticket, so better luck next time. About Schwanstein Castle. A stunningly beautiful piece of architecture. Schwanstein Castle was constructed almost 550 years ago by the reigning lord of the Fief. Now designated a World Heritage Site, it hosts countless tourists from all across the globe every year. Though it was initially used as a fortress during the Lord's conflict against the Church, Schwanstein Castle became a dwelling for the royal family and other nobles after the war's flames of war faded. The literature-loving third lord of the castle, Leonard III, constructed a library that boasted the largest collection of books in the nation. The room remains one of the castle's most beloved features to this very day. Department store flyer. Tokyo department store going out of business. So we can confirm we are in Tokyo. Bring this to receive a free pack of tissues. Nice little in joke if you're a Japanese person. Got it. And you're fucked. Sorry, just keep the camera stand there. That's the sword's power. Alright. I believe we got the only thing down here, right? Yep. We did. Get that. I've clearly got it because the box is open, but I don't remember how to get up there.
Roger that, Nine.
Huh? Wait, what did you just say?
Roger that, 9S.
Wait, no, that's not what you said. You said nines. Or at least something close to it.
Cut the chatter and engage the enemy.
And again, no friendly fire, no damage here from this explosion, even though I was so close to it. Level 48. Actually looks really good showing the blasts going out as I start hacking. Got it. Fernandinho, what did you just... No, he got fouled, it's okay. Give me that. Rusted clunk worthless. But we're collecting upgrade materials that will do us well in the future. Why am I not hacking? Because I told you I'm not going to use it obsessively. I'm going to try and mix up a little bit. Even if Nines is melee combat, it's almost as limited as that. It's a very easy game, even on normal difficulty. I mean, even though I'm on normal difficulty, I still feel like even on the higher difficulties, it's not that challenging. It's not ideal for streaming because you don't want to have to replay sections more than once, really, if you can avoid it. You throw a hack in every now and then. Yeah, so really you want to keep the replays to a minimum. At least the unintended replays. Obviously almost all of this is replaying, but you know what I mean. He's in. I've decided to just not even attempt to avoid any attacks that come toward me and just fly into them instead. Seems to be working for me, so we'll stick with that, eh? 964 XP for that. Did I get that last time? I feel like I did. Yes, I did. It's really good that they use this mechanic to basically replace combat. You get the story. Story's worth it. Story is always worth it. 4 hours ago. That's strange. Given that he's a machine.
Like 3 weeks ago as well, something like that. Still the same all the time.
That's good.
I mean, just because
I'm still sinking into the chair though, aren't I? I need to be up here.
I bet we'll get there in the morning.
They also do a really, really interesting thing with the language and the writing in this. That intelligence and self-awareness, consciousness, correlates to colloquialisms. That the machines, when they're operating like machines and not thinking, they just speak mechanically, if you like. That they don't speak with any kind of slang or thingy in their voice, where
Not all the time.
when they are thinking more, when they become sentient,
Last 2 weeks,
they
6 and 5 days.
they start to speak very colloquially.
5 then 6.
Things like that, where they're showing the difference between when they're just machines and when they're thinking like humans. From he hasn't grown, etc. They had better keep him safe. To sure is a cutie though. It's like as subtle as that. Beast curse. There's another weapon to upgrade. It's a really interesting use of the language as well, because it doesn't actually explicitly say that at any point. It's just sort of implied.
all was like, it's getting worse and worse, and then it gets to a point where you get absolutely
Damn it. I'm still bad at them, but I'm getting better, aren't I? Hundreds of XP.
Well,
Let's pull this out, shall we? We'll go see the blacksmith. This is one of the more obvious hidden things, because it shows you it quite clearly as you run it. Still appreciate that it's a hidden thing though. Bought everything. Good dark impulse, shall we? Oh, we'll get them both. You just noticed we got a trophy, tools of the trade. Fang of the twins can go to Max. Type 40 fists can go to Max. What else do we? Titanium alloy coins, coils, sorry, crushed meteorite shard for Beast Lord. Also one for Iron Will. Stretched coin. Yeah, we'll get a lot of these. It's just like travelling through the game. Did we pick up? Yes, we did, didn't we? We picked up. Is copper ore even worth selling? Yeah, you get 2G for that. You get a couple G for that. So, machine heads and toes, they're all useful, aren't they? It's only the very bottom ones that aren't useful. The machine core.
Why should I? Emma still hasn't directly spoke to me since I told her.
Long blood very long ago was a master craftsman who gathered 4 black and 4 white weapons and improved on them. But they spilled so much blood that the master stealed them away in various locations around the world. I wager you would wield them in the conserves of good if that's true, and search them in sealed shrines throughout the world.
I was messaging her.
Got it.
Do you know what? Then, for example, they started a private chat to discuss it and said they weren't going to they feel awkward.
How many weapons you wish for me to sharpen? Nah, same thing. No more damage.
No interest whatsoever.
Oh, I got Cruel Lament. Cool. It's one of the weapons I was telling you about. It's passed down through the generations as it came to me. I can't bring myself to steal it away. But I know you'll give it the respect it craves. We should, actually. Can
I
you...
haven't done anything like particularly.
Can I upgrade it?
It's about what they haven't done.
Yeah.
Weapons are a reflection of what's in your heart. Treat them well.
Yeah.
Good description. I feel the same about my katanas. I have a collection of katanas. I'll probably surprise nobody who knows me well. I have a collection of katanas and I have a collection of keyblades. I've got 3 keyblades and 4 katanas, if I remember right. As well as a collection of nendoroids and a collection of, yeah, there's not really a collection, is it, for manga and anime Blu-rays. Sorry, I'm off the camera again. You know, let's go. Is there anything here worth having? I don't remember. Yes, there is.
Doesn't look like I'll need this.
I forgot. It's a side quest item. How unfortunate of me to have picked that up at that moment rather than when I need it. Let's go. Quick save. And go. You know, rather than the weight limit thing, I much prefer games to have a limit on the number of each item. Especially when it's a high limit, like 99 or 999. Let's take him down. Not hard, is it? Look at these putzes. Get this one to blow up, kill all the rest. It was actually probably easier with 2B. For all I'm saying that the hacking makes him better than 2B. tendency for his attacks to be slow does make 9s less useful than 2B overall. I mean, except against bosses, but I guess that makes sense. Because as 9S, again, in the boss fights, you're very rarely in any real danger because you just sit at the back, hack and hack and hack and hack. Do these keep coming infinitely? I feel like I asked this last time. I think I did. And I think I just decided that they were not. That's right. So, maybe we'll meet another interesting character here. A body? We'll reclaim that. The poor lamb felt utterly powerless in the deepest darkness. I prayed for Hibisa, and I shall retrieve your body. Not bad. Not great, but not bad. Oh my god. Man City missed a penalty, I didn't even know. My god, that's almost worse than missing a penalty. Look at it. Could be should be 3 now already. It is, yeah. I don't know how they can just instantly. Maybe they scan them. Yeah, they probably scan them, don't they? And so she's not like.
But why?
Let's go, 9S.
To be?
She's not meaningfully distinct from the from Adam and Eve, is she? At least in appearance. Other than obviously being female, but I mean the difference between being a robot and an android in that regard seems kind of minor. I think I did quite well with that one.
Bunker to 2B and 9N. We've picked up a signal from the black box of a fugitive known as A2. What you see in front of you is your enemy.
But she's...
She deserted us. She's destroyed multiple pursuit androids. Now kill her before she kills you.
My heal's coming back, my health is coming back. So I was staying away from that for a second. Shit. Okay, that was better. I admit it, that was better. That was a really good one.
Why did you betray us?
Command is the one that betrayed you.
Let's go after her, 2B.
Yeah, let's. Isn't there something I'm supposed to do with the... It's not letting me, so... No, I just have to jump.
Damn, she got away. Operator, this is 9S. Patch me through to the commander.
Roger that, 9S.
I'm sorry, Commander. We failed to defeat the fugitive.
I see. Well, at least you're both safe. That's an incredibly powerful unit you just faced. You should probably keep your distance in the future.
Commander, why did A2 desert the Force?
I'm afraid that's classified.
Oh? Huh. 2B,
Yeah?
let's go ask Pascal about A2. He might know something.
All right.
Whether in wind or rain, thunder or snow, or even amidst the rising flames of war, they were always together. They never understood why. spent their lives nestled together. Forever. Forever and ever.
Pascal? This is 9S.
Oh, you survived. How wonderful.
Yeah, we're fine. But there's something we want to ask you about.
Of course. Anything.
Actually, it needs to be in person.
Understood. I'll open the gate we built to deter enemy invaders. You'll be able to reach the village through there.
How happy. How nice of him. Has a female voice, but it's actually male, isn't he? Pascal. Reminds me, I heard of an iOS game today called Pascal's Wager. That apparently is very Dark Souls-like. But obviously you play it with a controller. I think it's on Apple Arcade. Might check it out. Quite a bit of interesting gaming news coming out. Obviously we've just found out that the official confirmation in the last few days that the DMC3 changes that they were talking about will in fact be active style switching. Same as in DMC 4, 5 and in that mod they built for DMC3.
That must be the gate Pascal opened for us.
Yeah, it must be.
We have been expecting you. Pascal told us about you. We will open the gate. Please pass through. We will continue to stand guard.
Good robots. But yeah, we found out DMC3 officially will have active style switching. Which came as a surprise to nobody at all, but it's good to have actual confirmation. If I remember right as well, the original mod for DMC3 also gave you the ability to wield all your weapons at once, which obviously you didn't have in a proper DMC until 5 to choose how many weapons that you wanted. I don't remember if 4 had it. I don't think 4 did. 4 just had them all, right? You didn't customize. You just had to flick through them all. So, sorry. When DMC3 comes out on Switch, I'll probably buy it and stream that a little bit. Might be a video, might be a stream. I don't know yet. So that was kind of fun. Dante will not be in Smash, as we now know. Don't. Too late. Why would you push me off? Right, no. So. Balls. I'm not doing it. I managed to do it once. In my first playthrough of the game. I'm not going to be able to do it again. We're giving up on the Platinum Trophy already because I cannot get that box at the end there. Maybe if I have some kind of like flying thing, I don't know. I suppose I could do that, but you still fall way too quick for it to be accurate. You know what, we'll give it one more go, just because I'm here. And then we'll head back up. Jesus Christ, I'm falling on this bit. Too bait, prick. That's how you're supposed to do it, isn't it? I just did it perfectly. I can't believe I did it perfectly. Cypress stick. Great. I probably spent ages trying to do the dash. And the landing, like hero landing on it, and then realised that's what you're supposed to do the first time. But I didn't remember. You see how silent the concentration. But this opens the nice little shortcut up to the village. Another aspect of this game that's probably overlooked by a lot of people is that the level design is actually really good. And you can always see the mini-map in real time, so you know the scale is right. Or at least, if it's fudged, it's only fudged a tiny bit. And there is Pascal. Ah.
I'm surprised you wish to speak with me personally. Whatever is the matter?
Oh, I have to press it.
In fact, look at this recording.
Let's transfer the data.
I see.
Imagine being able to do that instead of having to tell someone a full story.
Android is indeed contained within our archives. We all understand her to be rather dangerous.
Yeah.
However, she's never visited our village in person. My apologies. That's all the information I have.
Ah,
I see.
never mind.
All right, thanks.
Let's stay sharp and head back to the resistance camp. We should run a check on our consciousness data and resupply.
I keep saying resupply. I've never actually bought proper health items, have I, since the very beginning? Hey. Can you upgrade anything of mine? No. What did we get? Beast Lord? No, not Beast Lord. Beast Curse, that's what we got. King of Beasts has its motif. I hope that guy in the forest is okay. He is. We're back.
9S, why did you ask Pascal about A2?
Huh?
It's not recommended to interface with machines without consulting command.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
Though I suppose such intense curiosity can be admirable, in its own way.
Thanks, 2B.
Still, machines are the enemy. Don't forget it.
It's weird hearing this back, knowing what we know now. Bang. Yeah, I did the photo. I've done 2 of the photographs now, right? I need to go and get that from the... Yeah, and then the dynamic scanner over in the desert.
Operator 210 to 9S. This is your regularly scheduled contact.
Yeah, no problems here.
Copy that. I also need to inform you that the commander offers her personal praise for your recent achievements. As a direct result, we are currently
nice.
considering boosting production of your model.
Really? I'm happy to hear it. I couldn't have done it without your support, operator. You're always so cool under fire, not to mention beautiful.
Flattery is unnecessary. Operator 210 out.
I took them.
Sorry if you're hearing a lot of interference, somebody's doing stuff upstairs. Annoyingly, one of the water pipes runs right across this room, so anytime somebody runs, especially hot water, noise. Hopefully it's not as bad for you as it is for me. Loading up. I've gone too fast for the game to keep up. Apparently on the PC version, which we're not playing on the PS4 version right now, on the PC version it was possible to move so quickly that large portions of the game would not actually load in by the time you got that. And you could just fall through a gap of nothing. Never experienced that myself, but yeah, apparently it does. Come on guys, get the goal. We're nearly here now, so I'm going to go. I might go and do some of the side quests. I know I said I wouldn't, but I might go and do some of the forest ones once we're past this part. So Photograph Girl is here. I think I stumbled over a window and it's lost. How did I get there in the first place? Good question. What mail did we get? Windows main servers approach maximum capacity, organise user folders and delete any old data. Any members who have saved up large music files and entertainment videos do not appear to be mission critical. All such data will be transferred to local storage. Wow. I like that movie. It is important to get rest. You've sold me everything you can sell me, and I didn't think, because I haven't picked anything up. Hello, come on.
TV, your timing is impeccable.
Why?
Our android forces currently have a carrier deployed in the Pacific Ocean.
Okay.
It should be back here to resupply before too long. The Resistance is assisting with the mission, so I'd like to ask you to run a little guard duty.
Sure thing.
Seriously? Dead serious. There's a stockpile of missiles down at the short line that needs to be loaded on the carrier. And with all the machine activity lately, we need to stay on our toes.
How did you both get done
We're
by?
already working on something for your
Simple, well, you can knock it between you.
Anyway, thanks in advance.
It's Carl Walker's fault, really. No need for that. Ran out of position. So. Yeah, we're gonna go do some side missions. Shouldn't have gone this way, it's the wrong way, isn't it? Oh well. We'll have a good run out. Just while Sheffield take their free kick. Well defended by Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne. Best midfielder in the world at the moment. Oh, hack. We haven't hacked him a little bit. There we go. Anyway. On we go. There it is. That's a white ball. You know what's the one thing? You can't hack a pig. Something I've never really thought of until I played this game, but you really can't hack a pig. You can cut a pig, but you can't hack into a pig. This was the one advantage of being an organism. White ball meat. A rarer item. What other news was there reading? Oh yeah, Bethesda have gone on a bit of a hiring spree in the last few weeks. I wonder if that could be Elder Scrolls 6. Some people seem to think it is. I mean, how long has it been since Skyrim came out? It's been nearly... Was it 2011? Skyrim? Yeah, it's been 9 years this year. I mean, obviously we had Elder Scrolls Online a couple of years later that's been continuously being updated, so it's not quite that long. But it has been a while since we got a mainline Elder Scrolls game. That said, I'm probably not all that interested in a mainline Elder Scrolls game at this point. They will most likely try to copy Skyrim as much as they can. But I think Oblivion is overall a far, far better game. And a lot of the steps they took with Skyrim actually made it worse. Less interesting. But mostly the combat in the Elder Scrolls games is diabolically bad. Hey, Crust. Hey friend, did you hear all them rumours about that place with the trees and the bushes and the leaves and the castle built by the first Machine King and the big old treasure? What's in there behind locked doors or grates or moats or whatnot, and you wonder what it could be? And boy howdy, I'd love to find out and see for myself, don't you know? What? This machine life form believes there is treasure located in the Forest Kingdom. Proposal. I should investigate. Alright. Let's see, I don't remember if I can get back into the forest from here. I don't think I can I? Or can I? Box, I never opened. Small recovery, so not even worth it. No, I cannot get back in from here. I feel like trying to Skyrim my way along here is going to end badly. Oh, just go the long way. I was going to try and get back to the main forest first because I don't remember if there's things I have to do in the forest kingdom itself, in the castle, for side quests that will just be wasted time if I go to the castle before I do them. Oh yeah, we can get those this way. You know what I might do if I can get it work Everton 2-0 up against Newcastle. I had 2-1, maybe Newcastle can get one back. But I was going to say, if I can get it working, I might actually at some point try to do Drakengard 3. In fact, know what? No. Already I've just decided I'm not going to, because I've said before, I really dislike starting a series and then not being able to finish it. And I would not be able to finish Drakengard 3 for reasons I explained in the last stream, but I'll explain it again because nobody heard it, because the sound was shit. It's an amazing game. The combat's kind of meh. Overall, it was a non-platinum action game, so it was nothing compared to this. But most annoying of all, its final boss is the worst final boss that there's ever been in a video game. The character and the story, and the other characters outside Zero, who is the main character, are really interesting. The history of the lore of the world, which obviously builds onto this one, is really interesting. But the final boss is abysmal. Painfully so. There's a lot of like side mission stuff to do as well that's kind of entertaining. I wish they'd remake it. I want a remake rather than a remaster because, like I said, some parts of it should never be repeated. I really dislike even speaking of them in polite conversation. But the core game was awesome. I wish they'd bring it back. Which, according to some rumours, we're going to be getting a Demon Souls remaster before long. Maybe even as a launch title for the PS5, if you're to believe some rumours. Yeah, the rumour is that it's going to be the 5th of February that the PS5 is announced, and one of the titles to be announced will be a Des remake. So, once more, if that comes out, you can see it here on Games of Babylon. Because I have played Des. I've started two playthroughs of it, but I've never actually finished it. I know a lot of the enemies in the areas, but I haven't finished it. So you might get to see me doing a genuinely blind Souls LP, which would be a first, I think. Despite the fact that I've played 2 of the 3 Dark Souls games that are out on this channel already, and we haven't even existed for a year. And I'm going to do DS3 before we've existed for a year, because I like all of them. But yeah, Des would be a genuinely blind one, so we'll see if we can get that done sometime at the end of the year, if it is in fact coming back. When I say if I can get it working, is because streaming on the PS3 is kind of a bit of a ball ache at times, for various reasons. No reason for it to be. It's not particularly difficult to get it to work. It's just is. So I probably wouldn't do Des original, just because it's too much hassle to get set up. But if they do a remaster or a remake, I'll do that. A lot of people say it's better than DS1, but I don't buy into that. I think DS1 eliminated all of the most annoying things about Des. Kept some of them, just sort of watered down some others. Forest Punch just open, feel bright to swing by. Almost nothing. Good. Now, that's a bit on left field, but you look like someone who cares very deeply about gastronomy. See, I'm doing research about food for whoever the human race decides to return to Earth. Whenever. Those humans were always going on about eating. Well, clothing and shelter, but mostly eating. Anyway, I'm collecting ingredients. You going to help me out, right? Sure I am. Thanks a million. Meat's top of the list naturally. You see, moose and boar. Simple enough. Wait, can I not just bring back whatever moose and boar meat you find, okay? Okay. I don't know how many I need, I'm just going to kill some. It's a silly backhill.
Since androids generate energy from water, what purpose does the resistance have with animal protein?
Maybe it's more of a feeling thing. Like some people just want to eat it every now and then.
It appears illogical.
Hey, you got me.
Really not sure why the boars are so much tougher than the robots. Ah, speaking of which, this isn't going to plan at all, is it? I just need to get some meat. Jesus. I thought that was firing a continuous stream, it wasn't. Yeah, I'll just do the little one, shall I, for now? That's the big one? Oh, it wasn't the actual horse, I see. The horse is the harder one. You can do some damage like this. Once it... Damn. Broken circuit, dented plate. A lot of blood coming out here. Look away, vegetarians. Killing a pig with a machine gun and a sword. Not halal, is it? Actually, it probably is. Beast hide. I don't want hide. I want meat. Okay, we've got more meat. Just need this moose to give you some meat. Killing a moose with a giant laser gun. Beast hide. Fuck off. Where's a moose? Surely there's a moose in the water, right? No, there's a pig. Ah, there's a moose. The king's dead. Yeah.
That should do it for the deer and boar meat. Guess we should report back to the trader.
Japanese games love cooking and fishing mini games. The Kingdom Hearts one is the one that stands out for me as the weirdest. Like, in Yakuza or something like that, it makes sense because it's a stupid, goofy game anyway. Yeah, as opposed to Kingdom Hearts, I know, but most of that game felt like Donald cared more about finding the ingredients than defeating the Hearts. Tell you what, you find something, little salt and pepper, bam, taste explosion, allegedly. Had it before? It's actually pretty popular among resistant combat novels, not that it has much of an effect. Humans are amazing, weren't they? Just their cooking knowledge alone is enough to blow my mind. Think that'll happen as androids once we finally come back? I mean, we're built to fight if we don't need to do that. Ah, forget it. We've all got our own work to do, right? And keep up with food research. Marine life is returned in force to the oceans and rivers, after all. When humans return, I'm sure to greet them with a glorious feast. See you around. Thanks. He doesn't do anything else now, does he? No, is there more to that quest? Treasure hunt at the castle. Oh yeah, I need to go back to Pascal. Yeah, the next thing to do is back to Pascal, isn't it? In fact, no, down to the beach is the main story. But the next place we're going to go is back to Pascal. So, you know, there was another bit of game news. What was it called? God something. It's been confirmed for a PS5 launch title. Godfair or Godlord or something. Godland or some bullshit. Looked like another Souls clone or fantasy hack and slash game. It looked alright from what I could see. It seemed fine. So assuming apparently as well the PS5 is going to be less powerful than the Xbox Series X, but more powerful than the kind of light Xbox Lite equivalent that apparently will also be launched alongside the Xbox One X. I don't know if I believe that. I feel like the PS5, everything else we've heard up till now said it's going to be more powerful. Until we get official releases, obviously we won't know. But stupid text of people. Yeah, until we get official confirmation, we won't know which is better. But I can't see there being much difference between them. The marketing thing that always goes on when consoles are coming out of they're like pushing and shoving about which one's more powerful, which one's going to be better, and especially the new one that they were trying to push of this is going to be the PC killer. If the PC, yeah, like parodying the PC's console killer designation for an especially powerful PC, have all kind of disappeared now, which makes me think they're going to be quite similar. You saw the textures loading in the background there. If you put your movement speed up fast enough, you can avoid all textures in this game because they just can't load as quickly as you can move. It's a beautiful game, but I suppose with all Platinum ones, the technical side of it, the gameplay is amazing, but the visuals could be improved at points. Oh, that's the other bit of news I was trying to think of. Platinum acquired by Tencent. Not a controlling stake, but apparently a significant stake. I didn't realise that hit me. Tencent, the evil Chinese overlord company, who own a bunch of other stuff. So we'll see how that goes. I imagine people at Platinum probably would like that extra bit of stability financially. Hopefully it doesn't ruin any of their games the way it has before, with Chinese markets interfering in otherwise good games. All the skeletons, I'm sure, will cease to be in Bayonetta. Will Bayonetta cease to be in Bayonetta because she's a little too sexy for China? And it's America that tends to hate the sex, isn't it? Japan and China hit with violence. That's right. Man City are making this very, very difficult for themselves, it seems. Why would I not just open the box? What's wrong with me? How did I get there? It's the one below, and then, yeah, oh well. Very confusing buildings. There you go.
So it's just a bunch of junk?
Yes, Man City 1-0. Sergio Aguero. Yeah, it should be confiscated. Now we go find the other one that we found before but weren't allowed to take. And there's actually two of them and I do not, for the life of me, know where the third one is, so... We'll see where else. See, them saying stuff like that makes you feel bad about killing them, doesn't it? Great ball for Aguero. Tap in and yeah. Kevin again with an assist. That record's his. That assist record is just his already, isn't it? Well, when many of you don't know or care, but whatever. I'm calling it now. This will be the year. Kevin De Bruyne breaks the assist record. Too big, very slow. Ah. May as well kill it because it's free. It's not attacking me, it's on the other side of the room. It's really cool that they do that as well. Use the camera thing to mess around with you. I don't know where it is. Get some experience out of it. Crushed nut, we needed that, didn't we, for upgrading something, so that's worth it. So there's the one that I found earlier. There is the one obviously I've just picked up. Where is the third one? Is it around here? Obviously not down there. Is it out the back?
A key, huh?
That's not until very late game, is it? Can't get in there for a long time yet. No, that's a doorway. That's a mushroom. If I go this way... Yeah, here. This is it, right? No? I don't think it is, you know. That's very annoying. I don't know why Dan's kept walking forward then. Alright. I made harder work of that than I had to. But we should now be able to get into here. And that hopefully will result in getting the thing that we need. No, it doesn't. Well, shit. Now, how do I get back? Nearly to Hell City. Thank you, Julie, for not standing there and blocking it the way that Narias did last time. There we go. I got out that lot more easily, didn't I? So, can I go that way because there's a tree? And I need to go this way. No, I don't. There was a box here, but it's open already. So I need to go back up. Is that? No, that's where the tree is. Okay. Am I being really thick and remembering where this is? That's where the tree is, this one, right? So what's the one below it? Let me find out. I'm probably being really stupid, not really. Oh, it's nothing. It's block walls. That's right. I remember. So I need to go to the top again. I hate this Resident Evil shit. What's that? No, that's not it. I don't think. It's just an item, I think. No, this might be it. It is. Yes.
So it's just a...
Yeah, so now we can get the last one and we should be able to do it. Sometimes it's worth taking a hit like that. Just no, shoot him. I didn't realise the timer until the last second. Sometimes it's worth taking the hit, was what I was going to say. Got another crush nut. Okay, so we're jumping. We're going through here, and then we're jumping. We're going through here. And this should be the last one.
So it's just a bunch of junk?
Well, lacking in value proposal. Analysis. Machine life form parts can be assembled in some fashion.
Okay.
Processing. Processing complete. Machine life form parts.
A key. So it's not the end of the game. It's actually really close to me.
The key belongs to a door leading to what appears to be a library. Marking location on map.
You've done this way, right? How can I not get here now because the ladders? Yeah. I need to go all the way around. Fuck. Should have just gone to Masamune. Well, everything's dead, so this should at least be a quick run. Yeah, I was certain that key didn't unlock anything for a long time, but maybe it just didn't unlock a thing for a long time for me because I took ages doing that quest to find the key bit. That's probably it. Down from there. So here we go.
Keyhole detected. A corresponding key will likely be required.
Yep. And there it is. Ooh. So I could actually have gotten that perfectly well in the last playthrough. I just fucked up. Got it. Protecting the grave of his king. I saw machines enjoying a parade below dark skies. Yeah, we did. This Man City game's going a bit crazy here. We'll tree go, buddy. Everybody's just shouting at everybody. So this is the source of one of the famous bits of artwork from this game.
Some kind of writing.
2B reaching up to this machine.
Alert. Storage media found. Digitization insane complete.
Wait, so is this the treasure?
Let's have a look at it, shall we? Here lies the Forest King Ernst. This exalted individual was the earliest among us to awaken to his own will, and for this reason we did name him our regent. Looking to sow the seed of his will in others, His Highness distributed his own precious parts. His retainers were the first to be so blessed, followed by his subjects, and in doing so he brought forth a paradise, one made from machines alone. Through his gifts we learn of the thing called ego, and eventually of our own selves. And just as ego gives way to emotion, so too did emotion lead us to real great loyalty to our king. But our king was too great and too kind. Having distributed his parts, he became difficult for him to function, and he soon fell into a deep and silent sleep. Now, the only path left to us, his royal vassals, is to construct a kingdom of eternal peace, one which lives up to the magnanimous heart of our king. And so, as a sign both of our resolve and our gratitude, we leave in this place a chip made from our combined parts. Your spirit lives on in us, O great king, and so we implore you to rest in peace. The Forest Kingdom, its citizens, as one. Such a good story. It's such a good little myth. The robots had their own kingdom, made from the king distributing his parts because he was the first to awaken to what they really were. Almost makes you feel bad for having to kill them all. They're attacking me, right? I don't have a choice here. What am I supposed to do? Just die? This really is the lesson for why you should always be kind to strangers, because eventually you'll find a stranger who's way, way tougher than you. And if you just attack him, you give him no chance. No choice other than to just kill you. Scared girl saw a machine taking a walk on a tower smiled upon by angels. How nice. Take some experience and some items, some money. Just a clump, that's fine. Let's get out of here. I believe we just need to go and see Pascal. Right? But I'm way far ahead. I think this is the way back. Yes, it is. I just kind of run until I hit a wall. how I navigate. In life, generally, not just in video games. Just keep walking until you hit something heavy. I'm happy tonight because I've got the day off work tomorrow, so I can still... I don't have to have a bedtime because I don't have a get-up time. It's such a good feeling.
What?
A lot of things, as you get older, change. Your perspective on stuff changes, like, you know, like sweet foods or bitter foods. Like, things like baths and sleep. I feel like the one thing you never really get old of is the feeling of not having to go to bed if you don't want to. Oh hey, you found the record of the forest, of the King of the Forest. Gosh, that's swell. It's really swell. I guess you defeated his royal guard for me too. God, gosh, thanks. I'm not, see, because I can't really talk so good. If you hadn't noticed, which maybe you did, and everyone else pretty much won't talk to me because of it. And who cares about that Forest Kingdom idea anyway? And who does that dumb king think he is? And all them guys are better off dead anyway. Ha ha ha. So thanks again for making all them guys extra dead because we're a bunch of idiots. And who gives two bolts about? And here, take this for your work. Because they had it coming, had it coming, had it coming. They had it coming, 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 they had it. Okay. What a strange machine. Do you like my voice acting skill? I'm going to try and show it off a little bit more because I think it deserves to be seen by many, many people. Well, that reminds me, we can go to the bottom of that gorge, can't we? Because I can open things now on 9S. Is that right? Dresden, can you fuck off? A lone pugilist saw a machine end it all in a deserted land. It's retrieving. Asynchronous multiplayer is the way to go with multiplayer. I have decided. Pascal, is this the old world information you wanted? I know it's not much, but please take this as thanks. 8,000 G. That's not bad. Let me know if you find anything else. Sure will. It's an impossibly good pass. Goes millimetres past 3 defenders, and Sergio gets a tapping. Perfect. Anyway, those two are in the factory. That's over in the desert that I can't get to. Can I? No, I can't. That's what I'm doing for Pascal. That's over in the desert as well. Other than that, there is the main mission down... Oh, by the seafront. That's right, because it will be like that, so that's where I need to go. That was really confusing. When you spin that map around, I can't understand it anymore. That's the race that I can't be bothered to do. That one's very close to us. And yeah, that's way out where I can't get to. So, one side story and then off we go. Excuse me, sir. Nope. No. Never mind. See, it's down there, isn't it? I think I can get to it by going on here, though, can't I? Yeah, that's another way down, so... There it is. Now I should be able to get into this, yeah? Don't fully remember what's down here, though. Well, I mean, I know there's robots, but... See that one in midair about to smash me. That's a Captain Caveman. Knock him out of it? It did it. Is he making it hard for himself still? Ow. Yeah. Feels good to be a game where you legitimately feel way stronger than everything around you, but not in a way that makes the game not fun. Very few games do it. Only really character action games can do it. It's everything else you need to challenge, don't you? I was going to say Souls games are the opposite, but they're not really. Because all the way through the Dark Souls games, you know you're stronger than most of the enemies. Bosses are the exception, but they clearly have a lot more health and do more damage per hit than you do. But still feels superior to them. It's very rare that you feel inferior to an opponent that you're fighting. If you do feel inferior to an opponent you're fighting in a Souls game, it usually means you're too low level and need to come back later. I feel like if I go through that door now, I'm going to get sucked into something. No, I should probably explore this first. No items, no enemies. Has counter-attacks as well. You probably haven't noticed that if I do a perfect dodge, obviously you get the invulnerability and the flip, but you also, on your next move, is substantially powered up, whether that's an attack or a dodge or anything else. The items, come on. Destroyed android. Site of formal battle, perhaps? And this is what we were looking for. Phoenix Dagger. Which we have the sword already, I think. That's the dagger, obviously. Win. Weapon shot flyer. And some iron ore. Box. Now we're going to do the side story that was to you. Have I come the right way here? Nothing? Never mind. Oh, that looks like a thing, that. But it's not. It's not even a textured wall. I'm not supposed to be here. Evidently. Don't know if you can pick that up. They're laughing. That's something. What do you mean? I can't... Fine. It's over on the beach anyway. I need to go to the beach, so... Let City win, which is what we wanted. I need to get another drink and go to the toilet. So, bear in mind, I'm just going to leave you guys on and be back soon. Because I will. And we are back. Camera was knocked a little bit, so let's go with that. And whoops, I'm going to go on to that. Let's get on with this, shall we? So if I remember right, this is the battle at the beach, right? Am I in order? All is good. Orion Ore. I mean, I say always good. I don't actually know if it's worth anything at all. I'm feeling that it probably isn't. It's the most common, most valuable. No, most common, least valuable of the 3 ores, which would be gold, silver, and iron, obviously. Honestly, at this point, a draw for no, not a draw. Just decent amount of wins. Solidify our second place in the league is fine. I wasn't expecting us to win the league this year. I thought Liverpool would take it. I didn't think it would be this big of a gap, but I thought Liverpool would take it. To be fair, I said last year as well that I'd happily swap a league title for a Champions League title. At this point for Man City, it feels like a bigger moment for us. Defending the title was important as like a mark of progress. Now that we've done it, we've set the records, we've broken all the records. While at Liverpool are doing well in terms of the number of wins they're getting and defeats they're avoiding, the other records, the things that City broke, really, they're not touching. They're still behind us both on goals scored and goal difference. Which, obviously everyone in football always says, sorry to just go on and rant about the Premier League, but I will. People always say in football that it's the results that matter, that the way you play, the amount of goals you get, how much possession you have, how much you dominate the game. It doesn't matter, it's all just the score at the end of the game. I don't believe that for a second. I think like football isn't an achievement. Even if you can win every tournament in the world, every year for your entire career, it's not a great achievement. It is, but it's not world beating or groundbreaking. It's always just going to be you're winning the thing. Like somebody had to win it every year, and if there was nobody out there who was better than you, you'll win it. I think.
Why must we read all these books, brother?
I'm going to shut up for this.
Knowledge expands horizons and enriches existence.
I agree.
But can't we just transfer all this data over instantly?
Into your head, perhaps, but not to your heart.
Guess. Hey, so...
Yes?
My name? Eve? This book says it's a woman's name. Shouldn't it be called Cain and Abel or something instead?
Humans wouldn't change names so easily. Besides, you should be proud of the name Eve.
Huh. Well, if that's what you think, then I'm fine with it.
I'm glad that like janky Japanese stuff rarely acknowledges the jank.
Is there something else?
After we're done reading,
Especially not when it's got a good
we go
reason.
out and play. I'm sure it'll be tons of fun.
All right, but only after we're finished.
You mean it? Then I'm gonna try extra hard to finish this. Extra hard.
You do that.
It's so like goofy but so great. Anyway, I don't feel like being the best in the world at any one time is that impressive. I think the level that you get to is what separates a great team from a good team or a successful team. And that's the same not just in... Oh, there's that needle thing there. Didn't realise that thing. Like if you imagine the difference between like a 100-metre sprinter who... How have I not opened this before? A 100-metre sprinter who wins gold medal every Olympics for like 5 in a row over a 20-year period. Just dominates, wins every medal. Is that as impressive as the first man to break the 10-second mark? No. And it never will be. Because it's not the amount of things, it's not that you were better than just whoever was around you at the time, it's how fundamentally amazing you were at the thing. I think that applies to all sports as well. All sports. I think Guardiola's Barcelona, or the dream team of the early 90s for Barcelona, Ajax's 1970s team. those are things that are, even if they didn't win that much, which none of those teams, I mean, Guardiola's Barcelona won everything that's possible to win, but you know, Cruyff's Ajax and Netherlands team were not crazily successful by comparison. Nor was Platini's teams, by and large. I mean, I guess you can argue that, well, the Dream Team at Barcelona won. They won one European Cup. Was it three La Ligas? Or 4 La Ligas? Not insanely successful, but the way that they did it marks them out as better than people who won any number of things, like Liverpool's 1980s team that's talked about in this country as one of those legendary teams. They won 2 Champions Leagues in about 10 years. Let's remote control. Let's see what this looks like. I get damage for that? The fuck? Anyway, Liverpool's 1980s team wasn't that impressive overall. Compared to the bigger teams that I just mentioned, the Barcelona Resi team, the one that kind of that hits both would be Real Madrid in the 1960s. Or 1950s, sorry, the ones that won the first 5 Champions Leagues in a row. Or European Cups in a row. None of Ferguson's teams really were that impressive. They were just the best of what was here at the time. Which was pretty good, but they were never groundbreaking, like I said. So, this Liverpool team, even if they don't lose another game in the rest of the entire season, if they're playing the way they are now, they're not as good as Man City were a few years ago. And yeah, I'm a Man City fan, so I'm a massive Guardiola fan, probably more so even than I am a City fan. So I'm probably biased, but I genuinely believe that you should be aiming for something more than just winning. Winning within accepted or expected boundaries is not as good as winning by a landslide, by breaking rules that no one ever knew existed. The 100-point season for Man City, even if Liverpool break 100 points now, it won't be as impressive as City doing it. Because at Manchester City, not only... Everybody knows you play counter-attack in England because Man United dominated England for years doing nothing but counter-attack.
Is that what we need to protect?
Guardiola, you constantly heard when he arrived in England that you can't play Guardiola's way here because it's too physical, that style of football's too slow, English football's too quick for it. To make it successful, not only win things but break records that none of the amazing teams I mentioned, or supposedly amazing teams I mentioned, like Liverpool in the 80s or Ferguson's United, ever did by playing that way, is so much a bigger statement than Liverpool winning the league now, no matter what they do. So I feel overall I don't mind losing the league. I think for Man City to get to that point of being a legendarily amazing team, we're already there in the sense that our last 2 seasons have secured that. But the next step on the road is the Champions League. And so that's what you want. Even if it takes a couple of seasons to get there, I think Guardiola fully deserves to get a Champions League. But I don't think we're going to win it. I want us to. But I feel that there are too many teams who are too good for Man City to beat in the Champions League right now. If we have a full side out by the time we play Liverpool, then maybe we can. But I think if we're on current form, there are 5 or 6 different teams in Europe that are going to win against us.
I think that's the last of the machines.
under attack. It's currently being engaged by a swarm of machines. I've asked all Yorha troops in the city ruins for assistance, and I'll need you to provide backup as well. I'm sending flight units and coordinates now. Good luck. Out.
Where does that box go then?
You see? Total slave driving.
If she didn't order others around, what kind of leader would she be?
If you say so.
The race one. It's the one in the factory. It's the one in the desert. That one. Where does it go then? I thought it was here. Never mind. I've been in a fight suit for a while now, I think about it. Need to get them all. Come on. Damn it. One more away. Sorry if I keep kicking the camera again. I know I keep saying it, but genuinely I'm sorry. See, this is just the same minigames, just reskinned. More or less. Not quite, but as the hacking minigame. It's fundamentally the same thing. It's hard to take damage when you're this level. Level 50 up now, eh? Godfall, that's what the game's called. The PS5 supposed exclusive. Or launch title, should I say. Godfall. Let's see if that turns out to be true, and if so, if it's any good. A lot of XP there. Having a drink.
Come under heavy fire from the enemy. Our escort ship has taken damage and is unable to engage. We're currently resisting with all remaining support fighters, but we can't hold them off for long. I repeat, this is Carrier
So we're
2.
actually getting to the point where we get a significant story break from the original. Obviously here we've been seeing the same stuff as the first time, but with the odd added cutscening to explain some background stuff. This one is genuinely a different sequence to the last time. Because if you remember, after this fight, 9S goes missing and ends up being found in the capture of Adam. And 2B rushes into the created city to rescue him. So here we get the 9S version of that.
Looks to be 2.8 clicks southwest of us.
It's one of my favourite sequences. I think I loved this game from day one. I'm not going to deny it. It stopped me playing Nier, as I said, which is in itself a sensational game. Look at the damage. There's no chance at all. Not even moving. 3,000 XP. But this sequence was where I properly fell in love with it. Where I went from, this is not only one of the best games of the year or of the era. This is possibly the best game ever. I mean, this coming sequence, not specifically this sequence was perfectly in place. kept me on the thing of this is one of the best games of the year. The next sequence was what made me think this isn't just a good game that came out this year. This is a game we're going to remember for a very, very long time.
Is that a machine?
It's freaking huge.
Yeah, it is. Not enough giant enemies in games. That's what I might do next time for it. You know, Extinction. It's apparently awful. But I want to fight some huge enemies.
Crap! It's blocking close-range attacks with EMP blast.
Yeah, it is.
We've got to find another way to damage it.
Operator 210 to 9S. Command has decided to stage a direct satellite laser strike on the hostile. We need you to destroy the enemy EMP generator so we can lock onto the target.
EMP generator?
Sending the coordinates to your map now.
Simple enough.
EMP generator target confirmed. Marking on map. Proposal.
The big glowing thing.
Destroy the generator quickly.
Wish I had a pod. The conversation, yeah, there were, in particular, it wasn't the combat or the story that made me think this was the best game of all time, it's the writing, which takes place, in particular, 2 instances I can think of that were enough to convince me, yeah. And they were the upcoming one,
Identity data obtained from command.
between Nines and
The only known record of this machine life form is a lone
Eve,
sighting
no, Adam,
320 years ago.
and one
Upon reaching
between
land,
the 2
Eve
pods
unleashed a
later in the
devastating
game.
electromagnetic wave attack.
And I will point it out when we get there, but I don't think I'll need to because it's very, very obvious how good it
This
is
thing
when reading
reaches
it.
land, we're screwed.
Affirmative.
It's weird to have to concentrate because it's not difficult, but I don't know if I can explain how much more difficult it seems to be to talk whilst playing this game. Everybody get fun. I like that, it just tells me you can't hack this. Seems to have way less health than its health bar indicates. I think that's it, right? I took a bit of damage from that explosion.
Confirmed elimination of electromagnetic interference. Stand by for incoming satellite laser strike.
Oh my god, Chelsea, Arsenal's still on, I didn't know. Arsenal are down 10 minutes, 1-up. Why have I been watching the analysis of Man City? Can't even hear it.
Barrier over its whole body?
Yep.
Having trouble over there?
Are you Yorha?
The other example I was going to give of the kind of the sequel or the retelling of a story being able to add depth that I was mentioning earlier is something I've watched recently, which is Hellsing. The original Hellsing is fine. It's very janky and very 1990s, but it's fine as it is. It has the best outro ever. It's called Shine by Mr. Big, the American band. And, oh, that's a terrible Falcon dude. But, the anime itself is okay. Hellsing Ultimate is incredible. It does tell a different story, but because it's already built up who Ceres and Alucard are and what the world is like and, you know, Integra Hellsing and her backstory and stuff. And it goes into everything in a lot more detail because of it. Right. Yeah, because she was the one firing it, that's right.
Let's try for a more direct approach.
Direct? Oh, right.
That's right. Lay down some fire in its stupid mouth.
Oh yeah, he was hacking it, right? It's still alive. How do we kill this thing? Honestly, that tweet was so infuriating. I shouldn't get annoyed by just idiots writing shit, but I really do sometimes.
We gotta bail, 2B. This is bad.
Reminded me of another article that came out recently about Monster Hunter. I don't know if anybody saw it. Where this idiot writing for Kotaku or one of them things about how Monster Hunter is just like colonialism in action, about slaughtering innocent creatures and all like the same bullshit as always, but so tone deaf and so out of touch with the game that it beggars belief. But that's like a galaxy brain take about a game like what's a good example? I don't even know, something where you go and conquering it, like an Ark Survival Evolved or something like that, where you literally are just going in, killing and taming, enslaving basically everything you fight. Monster Hunter, you actively get way better rewards for capturing things than killing them, and the whole purpose of the entire story is about preservation of the natural order. Like, as if you couldn't miss the point any harder. How can you possibly play through this whole game and think the only reason anybody likes it must be because the main character is quite attractive? But like, look how many genres I've played during this single soliloquy that I've been doing. How many genres of game this has already become? We've got Space Invaders going on. A second ago we had Bullet Hell, like top-down shooter. We have 3D action adventure already. We've got 2D platformer. We've got 3D platformer. We've got character action, obviously. It's just amazing. But then again, this is the kind of person who thinks that politics constitutes herder or infant path, and that's a genuinely impactful political statement to be making in a video game. Not what does it mean to be alive. That's not a relevant point to anybody. Who cares? Tell me the politician I like is good. That's what I want to see in my game. Just parrot back all of your literary studies thesis over and over again, no matter what you see, just make it fit. That's real intellectual analysis. It's just so stupid. Like, there are people who are not intellectual. And I like seeing this, by the way. We didn't see this from Nine's point of view. Hacking and stealing these missiles. And then guiding it.
Alert. Obstacle ahead. A collision at this speed is not recommended. Well aware, thank you.
Signal lost.
Yeah, there are people who, I won't talk to you.
Ruby, 9S. Don't die on me.
The child held sway over enormous strength. But sadly, he was also a little bit broken. He spent his long days hurting those around him. He tried his best to be good and kind. But despite his efforts, things never seemed to turn out. They told him he was unwanted. They abandoned him in the deep, dark ocean. And from the cold at the bottom of the sea, he cried out, "Mother, Mother, Mother, Mother." But his voice never reached his mother.
See, that's so much more meaningful now. These conversations. We've had one of them.
This is Tactical Support Unit Pod 153.
These are the conversations I was talking about.
We pods often participate in the same battles. Exchanging our situational data would theoretically allow us to plan combat strategies in a more efficient manner. Proposal. Data should be transferred regularly between Pod 042 and Pod 153.
Analysis. This idea is sound. Proposal accepted. Records will be organized in time for the next situational exchange.
Where are we now? I'm not going to read these because the fact that they're quiet makes them more meaningful and more impactful. Chelsea have scored against Arsenal, made it 2-1. What I was going to say is there are people who aren't very intellectual, right? They don't think deeply about things. They just want to watch, or just want to play something that's fun and like not too heavy. And that's fine in its own way. I think they miss a lot of things that are really good as a result. But, you know, if that's what you want, that's what you want. Then there are people like me who are obsessed with overthinking things, for whose symmetry and literary and rhetorical devices are like what you live for. It's the best thing in the world for me. It's no exaggeration to say that most of the films I watch, the books I read, the TV shows I watch, the games I play are essentially just one big search for something that uses literary device and story in new and interesting ways, in a way that I've never seen before. Things like Steins Gate, like the last line of the VM, or one of the last lines where he goes, that was the choice of Steins Gate, given that was how the whole thing started, that he named the world line between convergences Steins Gate, like that whole like symmetry, the repetition, but not just repeating the same thing, or just using it well and making it mean something different every time. I love that shit. I was going to say those two, but it has its drawbacks. Like I miss a lot of. I probably don't appreciate other aspects of. I don't appreciate amazing gameplay as much as I probably should. I don't appreciate character action as much as I should because I don't have the patience to put into pure gameplay. It's part of the reason I'm not good at fighting games or MMOs, things like that, where I like to learn about it. Like I was playing Gwent with a friend of mine quite a bit. The actual card game, not just the one in The Witcher. The separate standalone card game that they released. And that was really fun, looking through all the different cards, looking through all the like trying to figure out the strategies and the patterns and what you'd be working toward, how you'd be building your deck based on what each card could do. An Arsenal made it 2-2. Hector Bellerin outside the box with his weak foot. Imagine the scenes at Stamford Bridge. This is kind of interesting. The politics chaos. Records of the machine's government endeavoured, tried all sorts of things. Absolute monarchies, republics, democracies. Engaged in scholarship, philosophy, mathematics, science, and social criticism. It's like the network was copying every possible human behaviour and discipline. Almost as if. Yeah, I'm not as good. I enjoyed learning Gwent and how the cards worked and how this game worked, but only to the point at which we started to win consistently, because I was playing with a friend of mine. Once we started to win a lot, it wasn't fun anymore because we weren't having to build the deck. We weren't having to figure out what was working and what wasn't because it was just working. And so I probably would have unlocked a load more stuff and built a load more decks and had more fun with the game if I wasn't like, okay, I've understood the intellectual part of it is now over, and at that point for me it's just not interested now. That's it. I'm done with it. I could play fighting games up to the point where I figure out what I'm doing wrong and how the game's working, and then I can't play it enough that my muscle memory and my reflexes get good enough to actually do it. So that's the downside of my style. The kind of person that I dislike the most, the only one I really dislike, create new cultures or values, they only imitate human behaviour, are this kind of pseudo-intellectuals, the ones who want to be thoughtful and provocative and critical, and to think that they're improving things by pointing out its weaknesses and pointing spots. Oh, it should have been 3-2 Chelsea. It should have been. But all they actually do is just parrot talking points and buzz phrases without really understanding or seeking to understand what they're talking about. I feel like almost every criticism, genuine criticism that I've seen of Nier Automata has been exactly that. If a machine forms a dictatorship that eventually collapses, it won't form a new type, it just forms a new dictatorship. If plant crops and die, it just tries the same thing again, and again, and again, and again. They keep performing the same behaviours, they don't ever learn. When it comes to combat, the machines show overwhelming adaptive behaviour and evolutionary speed. So why do they insist on imitating humanity? And more specifically, why do they imitate their failures? This is what I was talking about before. That the robots are imitating human weaknesses and flaws. It's almost as if the objective is failure itself. Sense a change in the data, some kind of movement. I hone my perception and hold my breath. I hear something, a distant voice. There is, isn't there? Yeah, the kind of pseudo-intellectual, the one who wants to be intellectual but doesn't actually care enough to try to understand or to try to think really deeply about what they're saying. The kind that just wants to sound deep. Kind of postmodernism incarnate. Which is the kind of people who make criticisms about the colonialism of the way that women are represented in video games, or the way that cultural norms are explored through the medium of blah blah blah. All they're just words, they don't actually relate to anything. There's nobody actually trying to understand what's underneath, they're just repeating the same half-baked, I'd call pseudo-intellectual, even though they are very much academically accepted theories, and just trying to adapt it to a new context, regardless of whether there was any meaning to the original theory at all, let alone when applied to a medium that it was never meant to be applied to. those kind of articles are worthless. Most people don't, again, know or care enough about the original theories to challenge it, which again is fine because most of those people don't care enough to even read the article in the first place. But for someone like me, who really who the nitty gritty individual points of an argument mean a lot, the half baked I want to sound intelligent, so I use the big words that the intelligent people use, is just the most infuriating thing in the world. It's Adam. A machine made in the image of a man. See, how much more impactful is that argument when it's not being spoken, it's just text noise? Chelsea draw 1-1 with Arsenal. 2-2, sorry. That line was what convinced me. Oh, this game's fucking amazing. This whole conversation is so amazingly written and so amazingly presented. And all of it, again, we had no clue of. It all happened in the original story, but we didn't know any of this. Because of course Nines didn't tell 2B about this.
Each of the machines treated their treasures with great care.
Remember the treasures? Remember any?
One treasured family above all else. Another treasured its older sibling. Another treasured its own beauty.
We met all of them.
But one more machine treasured something unique above all else.
What an amazing creation, Nick. Shit, it's great.
Is this death? So dark. So cold.
Nines! Nines!
It goes to 9S as if we're controlling it.
Come on. Let's go home.
So yeah, that sequence was mind-blowing the first time. Thinking about how much you want to fuck too big, aren't you? And then just the silence of it is amazing. Self-hack.
Proposal. Engage memory core diagnostics.
Yeah.
A single reply is sufficient for analysis.
Fine.
A single affirmation will suffice.
Memory core diagnostics complete. No issues detected.
Good.
Proposal. Engage visual sensor diagnostics.
You got it.
There it is.
Visual sensor diagnostics complete. No issues detected. All checks complete.
Took long enough. Don't you think it's overkill to perform a full data overhaul?
Unit 9S was seized by the enemy and placed in a non-controlled state for an extended period of time. There is a high probability of corruption by an enemy logic virus.
All right.
Certainly true.
Anyway, I just gotta sync up with the bunker server and then I'm out of here, right?
There we go.
Huh? What was that?
Wait, what?
Unknown.
Halt the data sync.
Alert. Data synchronization is mandatory for all your high units.
Yeah, I know that, but we just got some kind of weird noise. Halt the data sync for 2B as well.
Affirmative.
Let's figure out where that noise came from. Just to be sure, you know? Open a port to the server. No time to examine everything. Better stick to the main data nodes.
Forgot it was the black ones I had to destroy, not the white.
Detected. Your high unit storage records.
What's the point of all this heavy security? All the black box data has been deleted, but it looks like everything else is here.
Detected. Access log to Council of Humanity's lunar server.
What's a barrier doing here? Looks like records for supplies shipped to the moon. Strange. There were a ton of empty containers. That's weird. Why would they do that?
It is weird, isn't it?
Huh? A new port just opened.
Detected. Council of Humanity and Project Yorko Records Index. Alert. We are not authorized to access this data.
Man, this stuff is all wrong. I need to check this out too.
Yeah, let's check it out. Ah. I somehow managed to get hit
An
there.
attack barrier? Really? Why the heck would they install one of those in this server?
Note that these documents are classified level S confidential and not to be disclosed to any persons affiliated with Eura aside from the commander. X. Permission is to be received.
Let's see. Looks like info about how the Council of Humanity was formed as part of Project Yorha. Wait, isn't that backwards?
After a long period of battles and adventures, the prophet spoke. Oh, grant me the mercy of the land. Oh, grant me the joy of the heavens. Release me from my yoke of iron. Thus shall our souls be.
What was that? Crap! Did they find me?
Negative. Emergency backup request from 2B.
Close the server connection and activate my body.
Affirmative.
Let's get out of here.
9S.
2B needs help.
What happened?
We recently detected large numbers of machine life forms throughout the factory area. We received a support request from 2B soon thereafter, but have been unable to respond due to poor reception.
All right, I'll try to gain access from the main terminal.
Let's go. 2B needs us. Yeah, I feel like this is the section where the game hits its real stride.
Request granted. You may now use the device in this room.
Take a small G-look. Oops.
Okay, good. 2B's black box signal is still incoming. These comms are all messed up. Guess I'll have to break into the other side and take control.
Let's go. Done.
Nice. Now I just have to unlock the door where 2B is.
What's going on in here? Really, yeah? You sure? Alright. This one seems open. The machine looks a lot tougher than this one. Should hack it. Take this one.
If I want to reach 2B, I'll need to reach the factory's lower level first.
Such a good use of this mechanic as well, where subjugating, taking over. We now go through a full section where we're just doing that. Like we went through a whole section where we're just in the hacking a second ago, and now we're in a section where we're just in the subjugation. Oh, remote control, sorry, not subjugation. Thankfully ours is way stronger than that. 60G. I don't remember if there's some of these I can only get whilst building a robot. I don't think there is. This one looks stronger. Take this one. Yeah. Got a cross slice. Let's try it out. Got it. Not that effective actually, now I look at it. Wow. Surely this one has no idea that I'm hacking him, right? Does that mean I can take him as well? Probably not. No, I just haven't blown him. You'd think just a bunch of scanning units like 9S doing this would be the best way to win the war. Seems scared.
A few still look usable. Better send these coordinates to the bunker, just in case.
Yeah. Just in case I die, I'll take another one. No, come on. Yeah. Actually, no, that's not like it. I'm gonna take this one because this can fly. Made that easy.
Look at all these broken machines. Everyone shall die and become God.
Become as gods. That's great. The Become as Gods edition was a thing as well, wasn't it? The Aura edition, Game of the Aura edition, was Game of the Year edition. I feel like there was a Become as Gods special edition as well. I'm too fast. You cannot hit me. Bounce along. This one seems like it's tailor-made for me to take on. Got it. It's remote control. Look at that. Look at crazy attack power. Wipe them out. I think the first time I played this, I didn't take over any of the robots as I went. I just went as the first guy. It was really hard. I kind of expected more enemies here, given the firepower it just gave me.
Alright, if I can hack this elevator and get it running, I can get 2B and everyone else out of here.
Simple. I don't remember which one he was controlling when I got here.
Appreciate
It was 2B. Yeah. Let's get him.
Better secure the escape route.
Now we get a full section in the proper hacking minigame. Oh.
There we go. First door unlocked. 2B, keep going straight.
Will do.
I'm going down here though. Project Gestalt Report 1. March 12, 2014. Proliferation of the right chlorination syndrome that emerged in 2003, alongside the appearance of the giant and dragons, continued unabated, and outbreaks are now being observed on a global scale. Despite being researched in laboratories across the world, not only have there been no breakthroughs in the development of a vaccine to prevent infection, we have yet to ascertain how it even spreads. However, many technological breakthroughs have been made as a result of research conducted on the maso particle that was discovered at the same time. We're confident in the technology it enables, the separation of the soul from the body and the independent preservation of both will be the final defence against the unprecedented threat to humanity we now face. Now that the project has passed from preparation into the main implementation phase, we've given it the official name Project Gestalt. So Project Gestalt's aim was to separate the soul from body and preserve both. Interesting, is it not? And that's the thing you can miss as well. That's completely optional with Project Gestalt. I forget where I'm supposed to go in this section. I feel like this is the way I'm supposed to go. Damn it. Maybe it'll let me go back. No, Project Shotgun. Perfect. Protests in opposition to the spiritual preservation method that was disclosed as Level 1 information related to Project Gestalt are sprung up in all areas. The committee continues to receive formal complaints from our research team regarding the collection of biased data as a result of the Gestalt process being conducted on the sick and elderly. The number of civilians having undergone the Gestalt process remains at 4. The Public Relations Department will be established in order to better control information and improve our image. We'll also consider rescheduling the project itself if such an action is deemed necessary. So people weren't happy about Project Gestalt. I think up there is the correct way, so I'm going to go this way. No, that's a gate. Didn't need to do that. Just did it anyway. Yeah, I'm looking for all the optional stuff if you haven't guessed that. Part 3. This time August 23rd, 2025. We received a report from the laboratory indicating the basic technology of the replicant system is expected to be completed by the end of August. Verifications of its safety, along with clinical trials, will be conducted from September through November. A report will be submitted to the Prime Minister indicating that completion of the replicant system will represent a tremendous leap forward for Project Gestalt. This report will be handled by the Public Relations Department. So it took them 11 years to get working. Let's get 44 open, shall we? How's that for dodging?
It's open. Exit route secure.
Thanks.
Alert.
But not
2B
quite.
is currently engaging a machine life form of significant ability. Said machine is drawing electrical power from the factory itself. Proposal. Infiltrate the factory's mainframe and shut off the power.
Will do.
9S. That Goliath we just encountered.
I got it. I've been keeping an eye on it. I'm gonna shut off power to the factory now.
Do it!
Factory system at 20% control. You have to hold the factory system at 50% control. Now we just have to do something about this core.
Now, it's really hard to dodge all these. Then I don't have the reflexes or foresight to do so.
I just shut down the electrical grid.
I got them all. And then 2B of course kills it. It was a good boss fight when we did it the first time as well. So, Project Gestalt, huh?
After a long period of battles and adventures, the prophets spoke. Oh, grant me the mercy of the land. Oh, grant me the joy of the heavens. Release me from my yoke of iron. Thus shall our souls be saved. Forever and ever. Forever and ever. Those were the words I heard in the moon server. But why?
Alert. 2B has defeated the
Of course she has.
Goliath heavy weapon unit.
Right. Okay, good.
Release us from our yoke of iron.
9S.
Commander.
I'm sorry. You're needed back in command.
Understood.
Go this way. 7B.
You left quite a trail when you accessed the main server.
That's what I wanted to speak with you about, Commander. I found records stating that the Council of Humanity was established as part of Project Yorha. But I'd always heard it was the other way around. So did Yorha actually create the Council of Humanity?
What would that mean?
Yes. We installed the Council of Humanity's server on the surface of the moon.
But that means...
Mankind no longer exists. In truth, humans never went to the moon at all. Any transmissions received from the moon are just dummy signals we set up in advance. The only thing there is a small bit of data relating to the human genome.
But why would you...
Humans were already extinct when the aliens attacked. All the details are stored on this memory chip. If you want to look at it, I won't stop you.
Why?
Wait, you're just giving me this?
Good question.
Why?
No one fights without a reason, and we need a god worth dying for. What path will you take? It's up to you to decide.
Why?
Meanwhile,
You have to die. It's not fair. We're only I'll kill them. I swear I'll kill them all.
the world's looking bleaker and bleaker the further we go in,
The
isn't it?
human race is gone. How do I tell 2B?
You don't.
Combat stations. I better get a move on.
Yeah.
Alert. Mission orders received. Rendezvous with and support Unit 2B near the resistance camp.
Any details?
Large numbers of machine life forms are rampaging through the city ruins.
What?
We're approaching endgame, I think.
They're supposed to be weakened.
Unknown. Goliath-class enemies also confirmed. Immediate action advised.
Things getting hairy. Sever. Such a good revelation. Like androids and machines fighting for their aliens and human masters respectively. Both the aliens and the humans are all gone already. We're just fighting for nothing. Both believing we're fighting for our masters. Approaching from much higher altitude this time.
2B, you okay?
Alert. All communications are currently being jammed.
We better hurry.
Better. Normal. Go.
Goliath-class enemy sighted.
Where's 2B?
2B's black box signal detected nearby. She is likely engaged in combat.
Yeah, most likely. So yeah, we're approaching the end of Nine's story. I think I'll see if I can get there and then, well, for this part of the story.
You okay?
Good thing I landed that direct hit.
It's that thing. Remember that thing? And him.
All of
You are going to die.
You okay?
I'm fine. Let's take this bastard down.
Right.
Same boss, just completely different because of the different mechanics involved. Also way harder apparently. It's like just awful. Like this game. I'm gonna say, come on, give me an easy one. That's not an easy one. Look at this shit everywhere. All this bullshit. I'm awful at bullet hell games. I forget, can we... Fuck. That was awful technical. I'm not even going to blame that. On my lack of ability, that was just bad. Bit better. Still shit, but better. Now, there's none of the chips that you can get that make this part any easier. All that they do is speed up the actual hack to get to this point. Yeah. This should do it. Did it. 2000 XP. Hey. Ferocious soldier saw a machine cover the skies at a peace-loving village. Rocco Mocco. Retrieve you. Here it comes. I don't really understand the weird vignetting. I think it's called, no, not vignetting, it's letterboxing, isn't it? Letterboxing.
They're still coming? What do we do? There's too many.
Toby, can you hear me?
I've got no weapons.
Pascal?
I must have had a weapon, right? I didn't seem to be attacking me. Eve's going for everybody. Let's go save Pascal. Doesn't matter about levels, we're way too strong already. We kill the ones in our path, and that's it.
Damn it! They're here too!
Of course they are.
It seems the machine is on the...
Sorry, Pascal. Interrupt you.
They sealed off the entrance to the village and are trying to hold them off, but these...
these guys out first.
Victory. Oh, it's that one. Should be significantly easier as long as I can do this mini game. But I cannot do this mini game as we've established, so it may not be any easier at all, in fact. That one I can. I'm getting better. I'm getting better with practice. You can't deny that. Gosh. Yes. When too many things move, I can't. I don't understand it. My brain can't cope. Why are you flying into the tree? There's no dodge mechanic in this either. Damn it. It's because I'm not following it. Ah. I can't do it when they move. I can't do it when they move. I thought I was hacking it there, that's why I was just stood doing nothing. Okay, I need to follow this round. Right? Shit. I can't, so I'm going to have space to move it. It's so difficult. Probably not. Yeah, give me this one. Give me this one with all the cover. See, that's fine. That one I can do. 2,000 HP.
Oh, thank you so much.
What happened here?
The machines on the network all went berserk at the same moment. I think the unit presiding over them may have gone mad.
It's Eve. It's gotta be.
If we destroy this presiding unit, will it stop the rest?
Most likely, yes.
Pod, I need you to locate Eve's current position.
Location has been detected and placed on map.
We'll take care of Eve.
We'll do.
You just worry about keeping the village safe, okay?
That's why 9S suddenly cares about the robots, which we didn't understand before. Because he's seen shit. Never game dev machine level 2. Never mind.
Do be careful.
Of course we will, Pascal. I'm always careful. It is a sad story when you think about it.
What is this?
Looks like he's bombarding the area with forced connections. I think all these transmissions are making the machines go haywire. We have to... Now what?
Eve. Let's end this.
And here you are. I know you two feel the same. That this world is utterly meaningless.
Well,
As far as I'm concerned, my brother was everything. And now, everything must die!
makes sense.
Why did you kill my brother?
That seems a bit unfair with that, doesn't it? Imagine if I'd been on really low health and that had been that blow that killed me. That's how you do that one. You just have to take them all out super quick. Shouldn't be too difficult. Provided I don't fuck up. Now that was perfect. Oh, shit. Fuck. What, do they just keep coming in until... How did I manage to take them all on the first time? You can get them from down here. Aha, I did that one. You get more XP, so they know it's harder.
Alert. Massive energy signature detected.
It's doing that thing again. Good. So I'm getting the hang of it.
The energy seems to be coming from a large number of linked machine life forms.
He's absorbing the life force of whatever's left on the network.
That's a good one.
Damn it! We'll never get anywhere like this. I'm going to try hacking into Eve and shutting him down. Back me up, 2B!
Let's do it. Damn it. Didn't need to take that hit. Stupid. Shit.
Shit! Stupid barriers!
Damn it. They're actually really hard to hit. That doesn't kick you out though, it just lets you keep going. So this would be really annoying if you had to do it in one go. In fact, you know what? I bet Yoko Taro originally wanted you to have to do this in one go. And part of them said, no, that's bullshit. Because it's not dissimilar to a lot of the stuff in Drakengard 3. No, cheat. Find the spot, he won't hit you and just sit there.
What is this?
Alert. Disruption detected in Yorha Unit 9S's self-consciousness data. Corruption potential critical. Evacuation recommended.
Can't. Not when I'm this far in.
My brother was everything to me. My life was contained in our moments.
Alert. Corruption confirmed in Yorha Unit 9S's self-consciousness data. Immediate evacuation and treatment recommended.
You can do it.
A little more. If I can remove Eve's object control function.
That's all I need to do. I'm going to turn my other TV off now that the football's finished.
Listen to me, I never disliked fighting, but I didn't want you to be hurt. And I especially didn't want to lose you. So let's go somewhere quiet.
We've been going about 3.5 hours now. I'm going to finish this section, then we're going to call it a day. Yeah.
To me!
What a cool ending, though. Or is. Yeah, it's a very cool ending. Damn it. It's weird, you're actually way more equipped to fight Eve as 9s than you are as 2B. Had to hide in the corner, I was too scared. It's probably best to just not move for them, isn't it? Yeah. This reminds me, I might play Detonation with Jess, that might be a fun 2-player stream.
Alert. NFCS destroyed. Close range combat no longer operable.
Ah.
Nothing matters anymore! I'll erase you! I'll erase everything! It's all because of you!
He's gonna kill me. No, I got him. It's fine. I just wasn't dodging at all. The gap didn't seem to be there this time. Maybe I was walking too close to him. Okay, I had so much help. Ooh. 2B dealt with them for us. That's why she's waited.
Finally. It's over.
It's all over. We won. Story finished. Now we get to see this from 9S's perspective, which is, again, really, really nice touch.
9S.
I really screwed up.
Yeah, you did.
I must have been corrupted when Eve detached from the network.
No.
It's okay. I can always reload my backup data from the bunker.
I feel like that was my actual character's movements because of the amount of time it paused while I was waiting to see what happened.
But we can't
Probably
upload
isn't
this
though.
corrupted data to the bunker. So
9S.
please do me. I want you to do this for me.
And then this pause that kind of, again, took the gaming world by storm. Look who's there. How interesting.
It always ends like this.
What does that mean exactly? Is it referencing the first scene in which they blew themselves up? Perhaps.
There's still some alive.
Of course there are. Not everyone was on the network. But that's not why.
Goddamned machines! Is this a message? The data
Maybe.
transmissions. They're resonating with each other.
Wait a second, 2B.
You are...
It looks like I left my personal data in the machine side of things. Next thing I knew, my sense of self was regenerated over the surrounding network. Having multiple selves fused together like this is a pretty valuable experience, so I wanted to record it. But I couldn't access any storage areas yet. So I just multiplexed it over the memories of some nearby enemies, so that when I returned to my own body,
I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah.
And so, the final battle with Adam and Eve came to an end. This battle will likely have a great effect on the outcome of the war. 2B and I, our battle will continue for some time to come. But that's another story for another day.
Certainly is. Ending B. Done. Not going to dwell on it too long. In fact, I'm not going to let it go on its own for too long because it's copyrighted music, I think. It's the Japanese version of Weight of the World. It's beautiful. Matt Mercer's additional voices. I noticed that every time, and every time I don't really put it together. You'll have to remind me, guys, next time we play. Look out for Matt Mercer. That's Levi, Captain Levi from Attack on Titan, in case you didn't realise. Yeah, awesome. Awesome. The retelling of the first story with so many more revelations. One we never, 2B never even learned that the humans are gone, dead. That she's fighting for nothing. but still clearly a lot of loose ends and unanswered questions that will require at least 3 more endings for us to learn all about. I'm going to skip the end of this because we saw it last time. Actually, you know what? We get a little bit of a thing here. Some nice little background stuff. Or is it? No, it's playable. Finally defeated Eve. Can't save. How interesting. I am in the credits. It'd be weird. You did great, 2B. Thank you so much for all you've done. You did great, 2B. Thank you so much for all you've done. Yeah, they said the same. Nines is a room.
To be. I was waiting for you. I needed to give you this. They say, to be.
Good.
No, never mind. Just be careful.
Who's gonna tell her?
Preparations complete. Confirm equipment delivered to quarters.
Let's go find out, shall we? We've got mail. Try to get that up. And preview.
Remember your pain. The pain of having your homeland stolen. We will never give up our struggle. We will take back the seas, the skies, the land. We will take back our world.
Popular and Devil. The other most awesome characters.
We will not fail in this mission. Here and now, we will put an end to this goddamn war. Glory to mankind.
Meaningless code and childhood's end. Super good. Yes, I would like to say thank you, game. Save over the second, and we'll start the third one in the third slot, I think. It doesn't really matter, but you should always rotate your saves just in case something goes wrong, I believe. We've been playing this game 24 total hours. I don't know if you noticed that. And look at the new cool background we got. How nice. Yeah, look at this. 23 hours and 23 minutes being in this. We're going to hit 40 before the game's finished, so it should be another couple of streams. Probably take about 10, I would have thought, in total. Depending how much of the side stuff. If I do all the side stuff, probably 11 or 12, 13 maybe. But yeah, should be about 10 by the time we finish. But that's ending B. So, with that in mind, we're going to call it here. I'm going to be streaming again hopefully soon. Maybe, actually yeah, this will be again soon. I hope you like the new look of the stream. I hope you like the ability to hear my voice when I speak. I think it's a big improvement on the not hearing my voice when I speak that you used to get. It's the best game of all time. I'm enjoying it so much. And maybe I'll do a thing like that. Maybe I'll do a streaming the best games of all time. Well, obviously when FF7 Remake comes out, we'll do that. Go back to DS1. Fucking Chrono Trigger, we can get in there. Silent Hill 2, we already did some of that for the shits. What do we call it? Terror Time. We call it Terror Time. So yeah, maybe I'll start doing that. I don't know. We're going to finish Nier Automata first. Other days, we're going to be streaming other random stuff. going to be recording with Jess a little bit tomorrow, so some videos start to go up on the channel. We're probably not going to do as many of the Let's Plays as we have been, just because it's hard to commit to something that we both want to do, because there aren't that many things that we both want to do. There aren't that many things that are that popular for us to do that people actually want to see. If we're going to do Let's Plays, it's probably going to be shorter games, and other than that, it's going to be one-offs and interrupted by the occasional Let's Play. But like I said, we're not abandoning Kingdom Hearts yet. At all, in fact. Even if Jess gives up on it, I'm going to finish it. We're not abandoning the Nuzlocke. The Nuzlocke is too much fun. At least for me. Jess is seemingly fighting against doing it, but I really, really enjoy it, so we're going to do it one way or another. So, thank you all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. And I'll see you all guys next time. Goodbye.